With its new sequel not too far away, let's talk about the one that started it all for this franchise, The Expendables. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2010 action flick The Expendables, released by Lionsgate along with Millennium Films, directed by Sylvester Stallone, who co-wrote it with David Callahan and also starred in the lead role, featuring an ensemble cast of mostly action film actors. Among some of them are Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, Terry Crews, Steve Austin, Mickey Rourke, and Bruce Willis. The film was released in August of 2010, the first installment of a big franchise from Lionsgate. This was Dolph Lundgren's big comeback to the big screen in theaters since 1995's Giant Mnemonic. I've never actually seen it, but I've heard of it though. Anyway, the film is about a team of elite mercenaries tasked with a mission to overthrow a Latin American dictator whom they soon discover to be a mere puppet controlled by a corrupt ex-CIA agent, paying tribute to blockbuster action films of the late 80s and early 90s. Incredible. But anyway, this got mixed reviews and what have you, and was pretty big successful, you know what I'm saying. Let's get into the story. An elite group of mercenaries named the Expendables, who are based in New Orleans, deploys to the Gulf of Aden to save hostages on a vessel from Somali pirates. The team consists of Barney Ross, blade specialist Lee Christmas, martial artist Yin Yang, military veteran Gunnar Jensen, weapons specialist Hale Caesar, that's Hale, and demolitions expert Toll Road. Jensen instigates a firefight, causing casualties for the pirates. He then tries to hang a pirate, but Yang stops him when Ross and the team discourage the idea. Ross reluctantly discharges him from the team. Later, Christmas is upset to discover his girlfriend Lacey has left him for another man. Ross and rival Trench Mouser visit Mr. Church for a mission. Trench passes the contract to Ross, which is to overthrow dictator General Garza in Valena, an island in the Gulf of Mexico. Ross and Christmas fly to Valena for undercover reconnaissance and meet their contact Sandra, but are discovered. It is revealed that ex-CIA officer James Monroe is keeping Garza in power as a figurehead for his own profiteering operations. While Sandra is revealed to be Garza's daughter, Ross aborts, but Sandra refuses to leave Valena. Meanwhile, Jensen approaches Monroe to help, and Garza is angered further when Sandra is waterboarded for information by Monroe. Meanwhile, Lacey has been physically abused by her new man, so Christmas beats him and his friends, revealing what he does for a living. Ross and the group discover that Church is a CIA operative, and the real target is Monroe, who has gone rogue and joined forces with Garza to keep the drug money that funds the CIA to himself. But the CIA cannot afford a mission to kill one of their own directly because of bad publicity. Ross meets tattoo expert and friend Tool to express his feelings. Tool makes a confession about letting a woman commit suicide instead of saving her. Ross is then motivated to go back for Sandra alone, but Yang accompanies him. Jensen and hired men pursue them on the road, ending in an abandoned warehouse where Yang and Jensen fight a second time. Ross shoots Jensen when he attempts to impale Yang on a pipe, and Jensen makes amends and gives the layout of Garza's palace. Ross boards the plane with Yang and finds the rest of the team waiting, and they infiltrate Garza's compound. Thinking Monroe hired the team to kill him, Garza has the soldiers' faces painted, preparing them for a fight. The team plants explosives throughout the site, but Ross, while saving Sandra, is captured by Monroe's henchmen. The team saves him and kills the Brit, but is pinned down by Garza's men as Payne wrestles Ross. Now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. As I'm counting down, if you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Caesar fights back and Payne escapes. Garza finally stands up to Monroe, ordering him out and returning his money instead. As Garza rallies his men against the Americans, Monroe kills him and escapes with Payne and Sandra. Garza's men open fire against the team, who fight their way through, detonating the explosives and destroying the compound. Toll kills Payne by burning him alive, while Ross and Caesar manage to destroy the helicopter before Monroe can escape. Ross and Christmas catch up to Monroe, killing him and saving Sandra. Later, Ross gives his mission reward to Sandra to restore Valena. The team has returned home and are celebrating a Tool's tattoo parlor with the recovery and now redeemed Jensen. Christmas and Tool play a game of knife throwing, during which Christmas composes a mocking poem about Tool, then throws a bullseye from outside the building. End of story. So what did I think of The Expendables? Well, I thought it was pretty good and what have you. I've only seen it maybe a few times. Same with the others, but I still like it though. It's pretty cool and what have you. It was really cool to have a movie with all these great action stars. It was really something. Now, its reviews were mixed, but its praise was aimed toward the action sequences and cast performances. I do agree and what have you as I get into a review. Well, I mean, what they've said. Now, the film sets at 42% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying it makes good on the old school action promises, but given all the talent on display, the film should hit harder. Well, that's understandable. And the Hollywood report said that the body count is high and the personalities click in this old school testosterone fest. Definitely, and what have you. Oh, there were so many and what have you. I will say it just got a pretty decent response and what have you. Some pretty good ones from, I don't know, Box Office Magazine, E! Online, even the Boston Globe and Empire Magazine. Now, it also got nominated for awards, even a Razzie for Worst Director for Old Sly, but he lost, as well as a Saturn Award and Visual Effects Society Award, but also lost in those. But anyway, I thought this was pretty good. I thought the story wasn't too bad and what have you, but it still became a big success for Lionsgate, going on to make $274 million worldwide. Now, its score was done by Brian Tyler, who's done music for numerous films. I do remember seeing his name on many of them. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to say that this had all sorts of fun tunes and what have you. And they included numerous things, numerous types of tunes, but they weren't actually included on the actual soundtrack. Oh well. Now, later in November that year, they released the actual theatrical cut. Then a year later, they released a special extended director's cut. Only on Blu-ray, however. I haven't really seen it though, but now the now defunct Epix, which is now MGM Plus, actually did air that for Memorial Day weekend, which contains roughly 11 minutes of additional footage not shown in theaters. So anyway, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll check it out or not, but if I do, I will look into it. Now, as for the cast, I like them. We have Sylvester Stallone playing Barney Ross, very good. Jason Statham, which of course y'all probably know I've been doing a week of him. He played Lee Christmas, very good. Jet Li plays Yin Yang, Very good. He and Stan recently did a film together called War, which I haven't seen all of that, but I do know of that movie, which was a recent hit for Lionsgate, well, sort of. Dolph Lundgren played Gunnar Jensen. He's really good. Of course, you know he recently had worked with Sly before in Rocky 4 back in 1985. Eric Roberts plays James Monroe. That's Munroe. Very good. Randy Couture played Toll Road. Very good. Steve Austin played the character of Pain. I think you know that is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah. Give me a hell yeah. Incredible. We also have Terry Crews as Hail Caesar and Mickey Rourke as Tool, plus Bruce Willis as Mr. Church. We even have old Arnold Schwarzenegger as Trench Mouser in an uncredited cameo, but however, he would be part of the cast in the next film. The film, again, was a success and would go on to have 3 sequels. The second one would come out 2 years later in 2012, and then the third one in 2014. After almost a decade, the Expendables are coming back in Expendables 4 this weekend. So anyway, with a pretty good story, some pretty good action sequences, and a good score, and a great ensemble cast and everything. The Expendables is awesome, but would I recommend it? I'd say sure. Sure, hell yeah, go ahead. Go for it. I mean, if you're into any of these guys, then I'd say you'll feel right at home with the Expendables. It's good and all, but I think the sequel may take the first sequel may just take away that and what have you. But you'll find out when I review it. So anyway, what did you think of the Expendables? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of the sequel, The Expendables 2. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, you may want to consider checking out my reviews of these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of one of the films that made old Sly himself a big star, Rocky from 1976. The upper right-hand corner is my review of another film that made Sly big, and that was the first installment of the Rambo franchise, First Blood. Or if you'd like some Jason Statham, you can check out the playlist I've made for the Transporter trilogy he was in. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.